So we've all been told that we need to keep our weight on the front foot for the short game. There's a couple of reasons for that. I mean, the number one is really to be able to maintain the bottom of the arc so we have low point control, we make pretty good contact. But the reality is, even though we feel like our pressure is staying on our front foot, or our weight, excuse me, our actual center of pressure is going to move around a little bit. That gives it some dynamics to the shot. So if I set up here, I'm going to set up for a pitch shot with a fairly open stance. I'm going to try and keep my weight on my front foot. You're going to see that the pressure is still going to shift a little bit to the trail leg, even though I feel like my pressure is staying on the front foot. And then as the club works around to the left, I'm going to end up with the pressure towards the heel. And we're going to see the pressure trace move more towards the front heel, the lead heel. That's because I'm trying to get into and deliver the club consistently. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. Here's one we hit. So I'm about 60, 68%. I've got some shaft lean. Okay, so now I'm taking the club back, and you can see as I bring the club back, the pressure shifts. It now goes to 50-50, even though I feel like I'm keeping the weight under my front foot. The premise for that is I'm trying to maintain the bottom of the arc and control the low point. And now you can see that pressure is now working around and ends up into that trail heel. But it never excessively goes out towards the toe, but it definitely moves during the swing, even though I feel like all the weight is on my front foot. And the moral of the story there is that whilst we're keeping our weight on our lead side to maintain the low point of the arc, our pressure actually, even on these short shots, does shift from the lead to the trail and then back to the lead. Here's the best way to say it. If you can hit the shot that you want to hit, where it goes is like, it's going to end up going this way, but where it exactly is and at the time it's at is a bit irrelevant. So if okay, let's say I want to hit a low launching shot, okay? I'm trying to use the front of the club and drive, it's going about 40 yards. Like, the pressure there is where the pressure is. I feel like it stays on the front foot. I know it's working around. It's like, how much? As long as I get the trajectory and the shot I want, I'm not so worried about the numbers are what the numbers are. If I get the launch I want, the spin, and it carries the right distance, then I'm happy. Okay, well, that's what it is. The pressure is what it is. Now, let's say I couldn't do that. Some people, you can work it from the ground up, and you're like, okay, well, hold on a minute. You might be getting too much weight and pressure to your trail foot, even though you feel like it's staying on your front foot. And then we address that. We try and really exaggerate even more. And now all of a sudden they launch it lower, they control the low point, and they get the outcome they want. They're like, okay, well, there you go. But when it's controlled and you're getting the outcome you like, then I tend to look at the data and be, okay, well, what does the data say? Oh, yeah, look at that. It kind of moves towards the trail heel. It's not one of those things where, unless there's a problem, if you're getting the right outcome, I'm then more interested to see how you do it, as opposed to, okay, well, it needs to be here.